Today I've got a real treat for you. I'm down here just north of Bloomsburg at Bill's old bike barn. Now, to call it just a bike barn is a complete underestimate. This is a time capsule that takes you back into the history, back into the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Yes, there are a lot of bikes, but there's so much more. Bill, thanks very much for inviting me. So Bill, tell me about this amazing collection. How did you start?
Well, it started back in 1970 when I opened up my little chopper shop. Then I started buying out old Harley dealers that was going out of business. And I ended up with so many parts I needed to liquidate them, so I started a mail order business. And it grew and grew, and after 52 years I ended up with 28 Harley dealers and about 50 custom shops, and it just keeps going. And I ran out of room, and then I needed to build a building for my collectibles, and here it is.
Now, it's not just bikes, as we mentioned. It's all kinds of like vignettes of barber shops, of musical shows. Why did you get involved in all that stuff?
Well, when I started my little museum, I knew right away I couldn't survive with just doing motorcycles. So if I'm going to have everybody come, I must have something for everybody. Well, the first thing that caught my attention is this gorgeous bike in front of me. It brings back a memory, because as a kid we used to visit the Science Museum in London, and they would have whole floors of cars and motorbikes. And the motorbike I loved, it wasn't the BSAs or Triumphs, it was a bike called an Indian. And here's a fine example, completely restored. What was completely different about it was that it, just like a car, it had a clutch on the floor, on your foot, and a hand gear change, which was like really cool. So there you go, Indian. And I think they started manufacturing them again. So a wonderful bike. I think this is from the 1930s. What I particularly love about the Indian was its logo. All old sort of machines of bikes seem to have a logo that's catching. And in this one with the Indian head out there. And this place is full of logos and emblems. Well, thinking of emblems, this wall right here is all the car emblems from through the years. And all the people that come here, they're over here looking to see if they can find the car that they had, which they most generally do.
Well, Bill, they seem to put bikes in the old days to all kinds of uses, and this is a fire bike, I understand.
Right. Well, Harley didn't make a fire bike, Indian did, and for my little firehouse here, I needed a fire bike, so I had this 26 JD that I just built the whole thing, sidecar and everything, and painted it all
Done
up.
a beautiful job.
Now I have a fire bike.
But I have to say, the eye-catching thing is the Berwick fire engine. Yes. That is absolutely amazing. You've just to come down and see that is worth the visit. It's absolutely beautiful.
Is.
Well, this is Bill's next choice, but there's a bit of a story to this. Now, I have to tell you, Bill, you've got some amazing Harley Davidsons here. Big, powerful hogs, I think the nickname is. And yet, I had no idea that Harley Davidson built this.
Well, Harley built these little topper scooters from 1959 to 1964.
And they're the copy of the Italian scooter.
Right.
That were all fashionable in the early 60s. Yeah. Lambrettas, Vespas are out there.
Yep.
What is your assessment of Harley Davidson's scooter?
Well, they said that they tore the Lambrettas apart, and they said they took all the good features, but I think they got their papers mixed up. And they took all the bad features.
Apparently it's a nightmare to work on, is it?
Oh, yes, it is.
All right. Oh, enough said. But it's fascinating, though. A little bit of history.
But the people who have them love them.
Well, the lovely thing about visiting the museum is the fact that it brings so many memories back. Memories that I remember in the kitchen when I was a youngster, or visiting like Grandma's house. There's just so many things. And this is a fine example of that memory journey. This is an aerial bike. It's a 1950s one. I've got a picture on my wall at home of my dad when he was in the Second World War, riding basically the same model aerial, but in the military specs. So it's fantastic sort of get those memories jarred again and bring back all those happy memories.
The ladies that come here seem to love our carousel horses. I brought back like 330 of them from Antwerp, Belgium, about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and I have them throughout the building, and some of them are for sale. Yeah, for all you kids that come here, you can clown around with all my little clowns. I got lots of old ones and little newer ones. And behind these clowns, I even have a picture of me dressed up in my clown suit. So I like to clown around too.
This is our little ladies' beauty salon, and we have the 1920 first permanent wave machine, and it was electric, and as you can see, it looks pretty painful. And the ladies always would say, "Crank her up, Harry. I got a heavy date tonight."
Well, this bike setup has certainly caught my eye. It's a BMW, just like the Beamers you can drive around in. Same manufacturing, Bavarian Motor Works, I think is. Second World War bike. It's in beautiful condition. Sidecar here where a gun was placed. The cylinders, like all the BMW motorcycles, fire sideways. And behind it, we've also got two little ammunition carts that are pulled behind it. Really kind of interesting. Well, Bill had sent me in here to see a dump bike, believe it. Oh, talking about things that bring back memories. Yes, indeed, a matchless 350 single cylinder. I had one. Bill had sent me in there to find a bike dump. It's like a dump truck, but a motorcycle one. And for the life of me, I can't find it. So let's find Bill. Bill! Well, I've been looking for there's a three-wheeler dump truck. Bill, there you are. I've been looking everywhere. Oh, the only dump truck I found is this one, but that's not a motorbike.
Check it out.
It's a motorbike. You've got to see this. Look at that. The truck is actually built on top of a motorbike.
Yeah, 1962 Moto Guzzi 1.5 ton dump. It's got a 3-stage boom.
A ton and a half?
Yep, 5-speed transmission, electric and kickstart.
Wow. And it really works? You've driven it?
It works great.
I was just expecting a steering wheel in there, and you've got motorcycle handlebars. Brilliant. Well, Bill, it's been an absolute pleasure visiting, and I've always been on the lookout for a more upscale pickup truck. I think I found one here. So it's a Rolls-Royce?
Right.
1948?
Yes, it is.
And it's a reliable, beautiful runner, is it?
Yes.
I'll make you an offer after the show, yes. No, it really is a fantastic place to visit. So tell the viewers how to get to your museum.
Well, if you're coming across 80, you would get to exit 241 right on the Susquehanna River, and you would go north on Route 11 towards Berwick. You only go like less than a mile, and you'll see two dinosaurs right next to the road. Just turn right along the edge of the road, and we're right at the top of the hill.
Yep, very easy to find, and it's well worth it. And be prepared to spend some time here. Bill's done a fantastic job. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.